Another episode on Motion and Success podcast. So it's your host, Io.
It's Cody, and we got
KD Consultant in the building. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's get it. All right, so we got our guy KD here, and he's about to drop a lot of game for you guys. But first off, we got to start off like, where you from?
I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. Honestly, I'm right across. Born and raised in Jersey City, New Jersey. Went to Bayonne High School. I went to 3 high schools. I went to St. Peter's Prep High School, because it's all for football. St. Peter's Prep High School, St. Anthony High School. Then I finished off at Bayonne High School.
So, oh, wow. That's what's up. That's what's up. Origin. So you mentioned football.
Yeah.
So I know the entrepreneur journey to get where you are now, it definitely wasn't an easy one. But could you tell us like how it started? Like how'd you go from football to being a full-time entrepreneur now?
I'm going to give you the whole story for real. So my parents didn't have enough bread for me to go to school, but I always was good at football and I was smart. Mm-hmm. So I took that and actually knew I had to hustle my senior year to get an athletic scholarship. So I was going hard. My senior year, got all conference and played linebacker. Started both ways at fullback too, but I ended up getting a full scholarship to Cheney University in Pennsylvania.
Cheney.
So that's how I dormed out there. I just left right after senior year of high school, gone. So I started that way. I actually ended up starting too my first year as a freshman as a linebacker. So I started as a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. But I didn't have no money. I mean, they give you a full scholarship, and they did pay for food, but, you still need clothes. Little things add up. And my parents really couldn't support me, so I think that hustle started because I got me an internship at a corporate. That's how the corporate situation started. I started got an internship, and I also worked like Wawa. I was working like, I didn't care.
So like the gas station Wawa?
Yeah, like the gas. Yeah, I used to do the dude in the front because I just needed some money. Like, so it didn't matter. Like that adds up. If you work even like I just getting paid like $10.50 an hour. It didn't matter. But that's $80 times 4. That adds up. On top of I think my internship I would make like $15 an hour. So that's just my little play money. Some because they taking care of the dorm. They take care of like the food, like the buffet style food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you still need late night snacks.
Yeah, I was about to say outside of that
all
too.
That and laundry detergent, all that stuff that you need to support yourself. So I was doing that to hustle. So I think that kind of started like the entrepreneurship grind. And a little bit even before that, in high school, I was a candy seller.
Oh,
I used to sell the candy.
I used to do that too.
And then Bayonne, they didn't have so we couldn't go out for lunch. I know a lot of high schools could do that. We couldn't go out, so I had like a competitive advantage over others because I would go to BJ's at night in Jersey City and just flood the market with candy, and I sell for $1. So I was winning like that. I would sell out every day for like $60 a day. And that was money back then because I'm like it's straight cash. I mean, it's wholesale. We buy it for like $15, but I'm selling it for get like 2 packs of 30. I made $60. I made like a profit of like 30. You know what I'm saying? But it adds up. So I just kept doing that, flipping it. So that's how I think I started with that hustle. But I loved the sales of it, like just learning how to talk to people, learning how to sell, giving discounts. Like I always had like 3 Musketeers left. Nobody wanted it. I was like wholesale 50 cents. You feel me? Like nobody wanted the 3 Musketeers. My M&M chocolate gone, M&M peanuts gone, Skittles gone, Starburst gone. But those 3 Musketeers, you could take it. I don't want them. But I just teach you a little bit about entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So back to the college flow, obviously you learn about business. I actually a business major, so I'm getting taught a little about that business. And being in corporate also teaches you the business, but high level, like how to look at like the bank statements and accounting, just really like real life like stuff that the companies look at. So that helped all add up into I feel like today. But I didn't even go into full-time entrepreneurship for a while. So I don't know if you want me to get into that now, how that changed.
Yeah, I was thinking because I do got a question. Like, so you said that you was playing football. Did you have any like league dreams? Like you wanted to make it to the NFL, or you fell in love with entrepreneurship more than playing sports?
Yeah, nah. So that's a good question for me. Like during the whole time, it was just school and football. I wanted to get to the league, so that's why I started all 4 years. I was grinding. I was just straight football. Linebacker, and then my last year I went defensive end / linebacker because we doing like the Micah Parsons thing, stand up DN. So just sacking the quarterback. So I got all conference there. Then I got invited to a Senior Bowl, did good there. Then I got invited to the Canadian Football League, Arena Football League. So I got invited to all these like things, tryouts, but I didn't get it. I didn't get called. So at this point, graduation coming, I'm like, dang, like.
Whoa, what you about to
do? What I'm about to do in my life? Because I can't go back home. Like I got 5 siblings. I'm the oldest of 6. So like ain't even no room left. Like literally, I don't have a room. I'm like even when I went back home on break, it'll be on the couch. So I knew at graduation, like I need to get my stuff together to get this crib. So I was like, you know what? I'm just have to bite the bullet. And now at this point, I was like, I at least need a job, and I could still try to work out on the side. And if I, make it to the league, at least I could train and try again. But like, I can't be out here, bro. You can't even. People don't understand. Sports costs. Like, you can't even go to these combines charge you. The travel it costs. Like, so you need something to back that. And I didn't have like parents that could be like, all right, here, just fund that for me. So for me, I was like, I just take the job. So I went full time right after graduation and just started working and hustling. I just tried to climb the corporate ladder because like my NFL dreams was on a pause. So I took all that, like, we went from working out twice a day, practice, study, like it's just so much commitment. And then I was like, it's all gone. I had to put all that energy somewhere. So I just took it and put it in insurance. Still worked out twice a day, still do my thing on the side. But I was like, all right, let me at least try to climb this corporate ladder while I'm here. So I climbed the corporate ladder, but then in 2020, the pandemic came.
Right.
The pandemic came and I was like, dang, like, I knew my job was stable because the insurance industry is really stable. That's why I work for insurance. But I also felt like I need more, right? Because, like, if this job go, I'm out of here. So I started doing, like, DoorDash. I started doing the Grub Hubs. I started doing stuff like that to give me some side money. But I'm like, I'm working hard, though. Like, imagine you working 9 to 5.
Yeah, plus
and then
the
6
Uber
to 12. I'm doing. I'm like, it's good money. That little cash help. But it's like, dang, my life is gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? You working like 7 days a week because it's good money, but I don't got time to spend the money. Like, it's just like, I'm just grinding. I was like, it got to be better ways. So then during the pandemic, we had a lot of time like at home. This when office work wasn't. So, you really sitting here chilling, you working, but then you got YouTube on the side. So I started really looking at things. And then I found a mentor, him 500. So he kind of turned me up because he showed me that you could use a credit card to actually level up. And I had good credit because, all I did was just pay bills and pay the credit. So I had good credit, but he taught me one of his free stuff, how to get like business credit. So I ended up getting American Express business credit, like $12K. I'm like, oh, I'm lit. And his membership was like $3,500. So I was like, swipe. It was like a recession-proof extreme. It was like a Black Friday sale. So I got that. And that kind of changed my whole perspective on life because it just opened up to so many different ways to make money.
Right.
So that's where the real entrepreneurship, like, light bulb went off. Then we went to Miami in 2021 and we had that conference. Man, like, I met so much people that like changed my life of how much money is really out here. Like, even corporate money is cool, but it's not like I'm buying the Rolls Royce. I'm not driving no McLaren. Right. Like, you might get a nice little car, but it ain't nothing like, you ain't buying a Rolex off that. Like, unless you save and pull from a 401k, or it's just a lot of different strategies. But like, these people got money, like straight money and time. Like, they do what they want to do. I'm like, that's crazy. So that kind of got me in the mindset because I actually, like, at the time they did a private jet situation too. Is that like you paid for the private jet, like you got on a private jet. That was my first time ever not flying like commercial. I was like, dang, and I met so much people, and then like I was like, I gotta move to Atlanta. So I lived in Pennsylvania at the time, fresh out of college, and I still lived in PA area.
Right.
I was like, I gotta move to Atlanta. So literally, like, that was like April, October, I was out. I was like 6 months. I was gone. I left Atlanta and I was like,
So when you went to Atlanta, did you have your job still? Did you have like an income, or that's when you started doing like Uber and stuff?
Nah. So I was really strategic on everything I did. So I was always working my job. I still do DoorDash and Grubhub and stuff like that on the side of my job. But I told my job, so my company was worldwide, or United States wide. So I told them, hey man, I want to move to Atlanta. I want what positions are open. So they gave me some options. It's like, all right, you can apply for these jobs. It's open. So I applied, crushed the interview, and they was like, all right, cool. So I got the job to pay for the relocation.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they paid me like $10K just to move. So I leveled up. I was smart. Yeah. And they paid my way to go to Atlanta, and that's when I started. And then I took that money and I was like, you know what? After I paid everything to move, I started investing in more mentorship. Like, like Pushman Mitch, CEO Matty J. Like, these guys was like high on a car rental space because him 500, he dropped some sauce in his mentorship, but it wasn't like enough. It was just like the service level. So I needed to get deep. So I started really hanging around these people that I'm watching now. So that's when I really started leveling up after like being around them for some time. So I think that's when entrepreneurship really turned up for me.
So basically, like, that exposure was like everything.
Yeah, that exposure turned me up. Like, it was insane. Especially in Miami. It was in Miami. Like, imagine that.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to go to Miami. Man.
Miami is a little different. but I like how you started off with, like, during the pandemic when everybody was at home, and a lot of people like during that time, like a lot of them was like, everybody just staying at home. Some people was doing things that wasn't as productive, but you went on YouTube. Because YouTube University is real. It's like you could find anything on there, and then you ran into him 500.
Right.
And then from then on, you got access to his mentorship, and then from there it was up. So what do you got like what advice do you got for people about, not like when they don't know what exactly to do, and they kind of like confused, like especially during times like a pandemic, like because some people didn't come up off the pandemic, some people did, so what advice you got for people during their free time, like when they opening YouTube and things like that?
That's a good question too. For me, I just didn't know how to make extra money. Like I was really just broad with it because I was like, I'm already making 9 to 5 money, but how can I expand it? So I seen all types of things like storage units. I seen like e-commerce. I seen all types of stuff from different people. Then like Forex trading. Like I seen it all.
Yeah.
And I actually tried to dabble in all. Airbnb, like I dabbled in every lane. Like right now my 2 main businesses, car rentals and credit repair. So those are 2 that I stuck in, but I tried to do different things. So it's like you kind of gotta like throw things until like catch. So I'm like, dang, like if you just limit yourself, like, you might be good at e-commerce. I might not be. You might be good at clothing brand. I'm not that stylish, like, as in when it comes to, like, creating clothes and designing. I can't, like, that's not my passion.
Yeah.
But I like cars, right? I like helping people. So, like, that's why credit and cars really made me feel good about helping others. But the situation where it's, like, you looking on YouTube how to make extra money, and then you come across something that you don't like, it doesn't make sense. So you kind of just gotta try. Like I would tell people, just try hard to try anything that you're really passionate about. Like I like cars, so it makes sense that I run car rentals, because one day I could probably get the Lamborghini that I want. I want to get the Rolls Royce that I want, because that aligns with what I'm doing, right? Yeah. And then credit aligns with what you're doing, because you need credit to get those type of things. So e-commerce is cool and stuff like that, but like from what I've seen on the failure part of it, so that's what you also should do. Look at like what's not good about something, like what's not good about a business.
A lot of times you gotta dig deep because people don't want to talk about that for sure.
Exactly. So like how much the cost? What's the investment cost? Like, oh, cool, e-commerce costs this much. Oh, you need this much reserve. Like, oh, you need a, because they had that course. Some people had those courses too, like e-commerce. But then they was like, yeah, I keep a $25,000 credit card limit that I give to them just in case they need. I'm like, I don't want to give nobody that much my limits. Like, you know what I'm saying? But stuff like that, like you have to know the full investment to be like, I don't want to play with that. Whereas in cars is kind of like, all right, I got to take a loan out for a car or pay cash for a car. Or if I'm doing credit, I got to pay my VAs, or I got to pay for my credit repair software. Like, all right, what's my total investment? Those are some questions that will help you. But if I know even clothing brand, like, dang, like what's the inventory like? Like how much do you lose if y'all don't sell? Like those are real questions that I feel like people try to neglect. And I feel like that'll help you base your decision on what you really want to do by looking at the cons and the pros of every business. Because you don't want to make a lot of money, but then your overhead is crazy.
Yep.
And that happened with me at the Airbnb business. Like, I liked it. It was cool. Like, I had a nice high-rise loft in Atlanta and Buckhead, but it wasn't doing well for me. Like, the overhead was too high for what I want out of my life. So I'm like, this business is cool, but it's not for me.
Right.
So I had to chop it.
So let me ask you a question now. So I know that you focus like heavily on the car rentals and the credit repair right now. Like, I know about the credit repair side, so it might be a little biased, but I definitely want to talk about the car rental side. Like, what's some of the pros with the car rental side? And definitely, like, actually, let's hear the cons first. Like,
that's cool.
Let's hear, because, like, if I'm thinking about car rentals, I'm thinking about insurance, I'm thinking about accidents, I'm thinking somebody gonna steal my whip, things like that. What's some of those con stories that you done went through that it probably might deter somebody, or they be like, all right, cool, I can handle that,
Yeah, I mean, that's just good, man. It's a new story every day, but it's fun. Because you have, the more cars you have, the more problems that can come. Obviously, the large numbers, like, not all 40 cars going to be straight. Like, it's something going to happen. So, but I just give a story. Like, I had to go to Alabama. Like, I'm in Georgia, so I had to drive to Alabama. Like, they did a police chase out there. They didn't swerve and hit, like, the spikes. The car's messed up. I had to go get it, and, it wasn't too bad as in like the damage. It was fixable, but the fact that I had to go drive 3 hours back, had to get like the police had to make sure it was me. So like that's kind of the main thing. Like when people steal your car, that does happen. We have kill switches in it, Gold Star GPS that helps it. But the problem is that for example, if he drives overnight or she drives overnight, you won't know because you're sleeping. Right? Unless you have somebody monitoring it 24/7, which is hard to do.
Right.
You can, but I don't. And another thing is that even if they like if I know if I'm doing like all right, I'm just gonna go to Florida, right? I got the car. I'm just drive to Florida. You can't stop them unless they turn the car off. So like, people sometimes either know that they can't turn it off, so they don't, or they just don't turn it off. They just get to their destination, maybe fill it up even with the car on. So now by the time they stop, they're in Florida. So now you're like, dang, like,
Damn.
I gotta either go get the car or beg them to come back. Recently, I had a story where somebody went to Minnesota. That's far.
Minnesota.
I'm not
goddamn.
flying in Minnesota to drive back. That's an 18-hour drive on top of paying for the cost to fly. So I paid lady to come back. I paid her to come back. I said, hey.
So you paid her to bring your own car back?
Right, just so I can get the car back because she's been playing with it for weeks. Like at this point, it's like you telling me you're gonna bring it back, and if I cut the car off up there, that means I have to go get it up there because technically she can go get another car. They could just leave it.
Yeah.
So now, like, and you know how much a tow would be to tow it?
That's definitely
insane racks. So I'm just like, you know what? Here's $300. Just drive down. Like it's just like you hear like people in real estate, like you know what, like them squatters.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, I'll pay you just to get out. Like here's $2K. Here's rent. I just want you out. I just want the headache gone because you're losing money every day that they don't pay you, and the car is in a different state. And you talk about insurance, like insurance is not going to cover somewhere in Minnesota. I'm like, why the car in Minnesota? I mean, yeah, you could probably get it covered, but now I'm fighting with them, disputing like this person stole my car. They, you know what I'm saying? It becomes a harder situation, especially for like, commercial insurance. Cause that's what I use, commercial insurance. Okay. So you want to make sure they stay in the area. Like that's part of my like agreement. Don't leave the state. But people don't listen. Yeah. So that's my biggest problem when people don't listen. See, if it's in Georgia, I can just send somebody go grab it, repo. I send somebody go grab it quick, cut the car off on them, go get it. But when you out of state, man, that's a tough situation. Imagine you driving to Texas now. You in Houston. Who flying to Houston? Or you gotta pay somebody if you don't want to. You gotta pay somebody to fly to Houston and then drive it back. Like that's a lot of money. Either you're paying somebody or you're doing it yourself. But that's a lot of time and money that a lot of people don't have and that I don't want to do. Like I don't want to take an 18-hour drive. So I paid the lady to come back and she came back.
So how do you like learning from that experience? Like how do you kind of like filter those type of people out? Besides, like, a contract and things, because some people they might not abide with it.
They don't care about no contract,
or even like high deposits or something like that.
Yeah,
high
deposits.
Right? Does that work?
It could work, but I mean, I have friends that had like Lamborghinis stolen too. They took it to Miami even though they told them no, and they got $2,000 deposits. Some people just don't care. Some people may have a lot of money where that deposit don't hurt. It's like, it is what it is. But most of the time, people I deal with don't even have high deposits. It'd be like $200 deposits or something like that. Yeah. If they even get it, some people don't even get deposits. But the problem is with the situation is that once you go and break a rule, it still don't matter. Like you break the rules. Like even like with the police, right? If you go do something wrong, until they catch you, you're still doing it. It's still doing whatever the damage you're doing to whoever you're doing damage to. So same thing with the car rental business. Like even with somebody with a high deposit, they can go to Miami, but the person that owns the car still got to go get the car in Miami. Yeah, they took a deposit, so that'll help with the travel costs, but they still got to go get their vehicle. And sometimes it be in a tow, sometimes it be impound. Like you got to get it out the tow. That'd be crazy fees on the tow.
Yeah, they charge by
like
the day too.
It'd be like a $600 take-in fee. Then every day is $25. Like then it took 5 days you to get it. Now it's $1,000 just to get the car. Now you gotta, and then most of the time when it's in the tow, you gotta fix it because it's messed up or it don't look good. So now you're paying for body work. So that's the cons of the car rental business. But back to what you said with the interview, it's really just like I like to interview them now and ask them specifically, what do you do? For me, my ideal client is someone that does Uber or Lyft. Because that means they're working for the car. That means they're not like joyriding. They're not just doing stupid stuff. They're not surviving. Hey, I'm driving in Atlanta because I want to make money.
Right.
So I'm going to pay you every day so I can continually making money to feed my family. Those are my best clients because they don't give me a headache and they know what they got to pay and they pay it every day.
Right.
Everybody else, they, somebody, but I just gotta get to work back and forth. Now hey, I can't go on this vacation. Hey, they start doing other things that doesn't align with what you want for your business. So now it's like, oh, they forget to pay you. Now the people that work for every day, they know what they gotta pay, and they're actually making the money. They make like $300 a day. Like when I talk to my people, so they gonna be all right. I'll pay you your $80 a day, your $90 a day, whatever that fee is, because I'm making what I make. I just know that's what I gotta deal with because I don't have a car. because I don't got the cash to buy the car on my own, or I got no credit, or my credit's horrible, so I have to rent a car.
Right.
And that's why the business is booming for real.
Do you do like Turo? You don't do Turo?
Nah, it's straight private. So all my customers are directly hired, like straight private, my private rental company.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So-
rentals.
Like, 2 questions. How do you find those people to get inside those cars?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the best cars for like a Uber driver? Because out here, I know it's like usually like Toyota Camrys. Like usually you don't even see the TLC, but off rip you thinking it's an Uber or a Lyft or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because you can
Like
see,
yeah, like for you, what's the best cars you would go for in your fleet?
Yeah, same situation in Atlanta. Honda Accords, Camrys, Corollas,
Do
Civics.
you buy them like brand new or like
I bought them brand
pre-owned?
new, finance. I try to go certified pre-owned, CPO, but the problem with that is that like the difference is right now, especially right now in the used car market, it's not that much difference between a 2020 Honda Civic and a 2023 brand new Honda Civic. It'd be like 28,000 compared to 24,000. And after you add taxes and fees, it might be a $50 difference in note. Like I might as well give me the brand new car.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing. And then what was the first question you said?
How do you find the drivers?
How to find the drivers. Yeah, so for me, I've been in the business 3 years now. So I built a book of business. So right now, it's a lot of word of mouth. But if I would start, if I tell anybody to start, like you could start with a Turo, start with a hired car, and then build your customer clientele up that, because they might reach back out. Like, you know, once you, because even with those platforms, they have access to your number, they have access to you, so they might text you, stuff like that. So that's, you can get your names and numbers from there and be like, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to you. Hey, do you want to rent off the platform or stuff like that? So that's how you gotta do it. You kind of gotta use your resources that you have now, and then after you get a while, like you don't even have to advertise. You can also go to Uber and Lyft airports. I seen people do that. And another strategy is you put like this cardboard box out. So this is more for like luxury rentals though. And you put like rent me in front of the, like I say, if I park, let's say I go to a nice restaurant, valet park it in the front, and I have a rent me sign.
Oh, that's smart.
Sitting
Yeah,
there.
that's real
Yeah,
smart.
yeah. So people do that too, where you can get
That's
the traction,
smart.
because people be like, oh, word, that's a nice. Let's say you got a Rolls Royce, so that's nice. Or BMW
Yeah.
X6, that's nice.
Yeah.
Let me get that information, so I want to ride it one day. So those are some ways that you can get your name out there. And Facebook ads, man. Facebook ads work. I didn't try it. I didn't see other people try it, and like if you target it right to the right location, especially like if you're in ATL or you're in New York, if you target to 18 to, not even 18, I don't do nobody, I don't like the youngest, 25 to 60,
said
that's
he
that's
liked
the
the
people that's you're into.
I do see those limits, and I'll be like, damn, 25? Like, what? Like what's so? But then I do look at it like, yo, the young drivers is high risk, you know?
Man,
So-
for me, I thought the same thing until I started doing the business, and it's really true about the young drivers. Like,
Especially in New York.
but like
They
the
ruin your
21
car.
to
They tear it
25,
up.
bro, I have problems. I don't know. They can't drive. They hit
Jeez.
something. They don't answer. I'm like, bro, like the 25-year-old, I feel like it's just seasoned. Like,
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't want no problems. Here's your car, clean. But yeah, every time it's for 21-year-old, I be like, the young driver's fee don't even matter. Like, it's not even worth the risk. Like, for real. I changed my whole system, because I was taking anybody. You could be 18, 20. I
long as
don't
you got a
care.
license, you're
Yeah, I'm
good.
just charging you
Yeah.
more. But I feel like they just haven't been doing me right. Like, they'll mess up the car, and it still costs me more than that little age fee that I charge you. So I might charge you extra $100, but the damage you did was like $2K.
Jeez.
So I understand where these companies become from. I thought it was a myth
Word.
too. I'm like, damn, why you gotta be? When I was young, I was like, why you gotta wait till
Yeah.
25? But now it's like, nah, I see. My fault. It's not you. It's the whole age group.
Yeah.
It's not just you.
I used to have my mom go pick up a car, you know,
Right.
pick it up, give me the keys. All right, it's me for the weekend.
That's a fact.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah, really
but now even that happens all the time too. Like, you know, I might be renting to somebody's mom, but then I realize, oh boy, got it. I'm like, dang.
Yep,
Right.
There's nothing you can really do. It's tough.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
true. But
That's true.
we talked about the cons. We talked about how to find the drivers. But like, how do you jump in the game? Like, cause I know getting
Word.
a whole
That's a
fleet
good
of
question.
cars. You know, you can't just go to the dealership. You can't go to multiple. It's like, it's not something that you could just do like wanting to start off. You got to have like certain things in line, like your credit. Like,
Right.
how'd you start off, and how could anybody else start up a car
Cool, that's a
rental
good
business?
question too. So for me, I heard the play, like I said, like online from Pushman and them, the mentors. So they told me how to go get a car. I kind of use the business credit, so I had like a 10K limit. I kind of just swiped for the whole thing. I had 0% APR for like 18 months. So I was like, you know what? little Honda Civic. I'm like, I'm be alright. I'm gonna make it make sense.
Yeah.
So that was my first car, like rental wise. I had a lease for myself. So I wouldn't. They said never do that. Plus it's on my personal name. I would never rent it out. I had a Mercedes CLA 250. That was my personal car. I never rented it out, but that was my second car. So my second car was on a credit card, but the credit card allowed me to. My note was like 200 a month. So that was nothing. But then I used that to. I started on the platforms, just filling it out, just to. Oh, I ain't making a couple of dollars. But my problem with the platforms is that even when you're using the platforms, when things happen bad on your card, it's still on you. Like most of the time, like you gotta fight for insurance. You gotta see if it's covered. Maybe it's a deductible, or maybe it's not high enough for them. But I'm like, dang. And they like, even if somebody doesn't return your car on time, sometimes they don't even charge the fee. Like especially like a higher car, like it's terrible. Like it was nothing, no help. It was like I should might as well just do this on my own, because at this point you on your own anyway.
Yeah.
So I actually was on the platform for like a year, but one of the renters hit my car, and like it was a real bad damage, and then they didn't pay me for a while. Like they didn't pay me for like 6 months. So
Sheesh.
I just kind of I didn't even care no more. I just stopped caring because the note was only $200. So I just kind of like took it as a loss, and I just paying a note. I'm like, you know what's going to build my auto loan history or something.
Yeah.
So I was just paying it. So I kind of forgot about the business or just didn't care for it. But then I went to InvestFest in 2022, I believe, and somebody told me about the car insurance. It's called Lula. It's commercial insurance for private car rentals, and I was like, wow.
What is it? Lula?
Yeah, LULA.
LULA. Okay.
Yeah, so that changed the game because it basically gave you insurance. Because first of all, to rewind that, when I was running the play, they said put on your personal insurance.
Yeah.
So on top of, I ain't trying to just file personal insurance claims, because not only boost your rate, but they can also knock you off, because if they find out that you was renting a car, they're gonna kick you off.
Right.
So now I lost my policy and my rates are higher because somebody damaged the car and it wasn't me. But I would have to say it was me because it's my car.
It's your car, yeah.
So either way, I was like, you know what, like this, like that's another reason I was like, you know what, this business is too high risk right now. But then they gave it the Lula play, and I was like, wow. It put me in a place where I can even go private, is what I'm saying. Like I can go, I don't need nobody else.
Right.
And after that, now it's up to you just to market yourself. Hey, the people that I moved to Atlanta at this point, so it's like people just run into me. I'm like, hey, I do car rentals. So people referring me now. Like, hey, I got somebody that want to rent your car. I got somebody, you know what I mean? Now word of mouth, because Atlanta's really small, and there's really not that many people that's doing the car rental space. It feel like it's a lot, like to people, but when you're in Atlanta, it's really not. Because even when I'm trying to refer somebody, I'm like, dang, nobody got no cars. So for me, it's like, oh, all right, I'm just the guy with the wheels. So yeah, that's kind of how it started. And I just ran that play, and I just kept doubling it. And like the scale, you might, like I would never say don't get no more than 2 cars in your personal name, because that affects your debt to income ratio, especially if you're trying to buy a house. And then like right now, just in today's market, you can have like even close to 800 credit score. Sometimes they be tripping about the business car loans. And this is what I would say, because I had somebody. So what I do is JV. I partner up with people. So like you might got good credit,
right?
But I know the sauce. I know the play to run the car rental business. So you're gonna use your credit to get me cars, and I run it out for you, and we split the profits.
How do you convince somebody like that? Like
you just show them proof of concept. If I say, hey, bro, I got a car that's making $2,500 a month, and after expenses, it's about $1,800, and we split that. That's like $900 a month.
Yeah, I probably won't pass.
You probably would do it, but I do 60-40 now because I'm doing all the work.
Yeah.
So I take 60% and I give my the owner 40% because it's just so much now. Like I'm so much work I have to do that I just like I need more incentive to even do it. So, but that's how I was starting off. But then I realized like after you get my car, I was like nah. I need more money to do what I'm doing. Cause like once you give me the car, it's all on me. Like to find the people, to get the car, the repo, to bug people. Hey, I need payment. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a full-time situation. So I was like, you need more equity to do that. But on top of that, like it's just like business auto loans right now, they just on some like, hey, I need your W-2s, I need 3 months of business bank statements. They need everything. Like the banks got real strict in their underwriting lately, and it's like even with good credit, that people like personal guarantor things, like they still like, hey, we still need all the documents. Unless you've been in business for like 7 years, they still need all the documents. And then even some of them, like they be like, hey, we'll do a business auto loan, but then you'll get it, then they'll still put it on your personal credit. So I'm like, damn, y'all finessing people. But my problem is that's why I'm like, it's best to just get in your personal name. You can get it business. Like I actually had somebody get 2 cars in a Bank of America auto loan, but with the Bank of America auto loan, you can only do 1 car per loan. For example, if you get like a $90,000 loan, I can't just break it up and be like, I'm gonna get 2 Hondas. Like
really?
40,000.
So like, even if you come to the dealership with the check, like, yo, I got 90,000.
Yeah, no, because they got to talk to the bank, and they only could do per car. It's like per code, like for real. Like I was really trying because I got like 90,000, but then I couldn't. I was like, I want 3 cars today. It's like, nah, you guys just spend the whole 90, or just like you got to get $30,000 car, and that's it. That's all they're gonna cover you. I'm like, but that's crazy.
Yeah, it's 90,000.
That's
Right.
90,000.
Like, still be the same.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to have 90,000 and settle for 30. I want 3 cars. You know what? So that's when I decided to get the BMW X6, and I was like, I'm just take the whole 90.
Ooh.
That's when I started in luxury game, because all my cars before was straight economy.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? This is my time to jump off the porch and get into the luxury game, because I have enough cars now at this point where I can take more risks, right? Because I have more cash flow. We talk about cash flow, right? Like if you got more cash flow, you can take more risks. So if something happens with the BMW, I can like replace the parts, I can fix things. But if you ain't got no money and a luxury car messes up, like, that might pitch you out the game for a while. So that's the difference. So I was
That's
like,
true.
my mentors taught me that, like, make sure you have the economy cars running first, and then you can get into the luxury.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. So like how much cars do you have in total right now? Like
I think like 42 right now.
42?
It's increasing a lot. I got like 2 this month.
This month?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Because I get a lot of economy, and like talk about like how do you convince somebody? Like I market all the time, like this is what I'm doing. So people all the time just, hey bro, I want to make money. I want to make passive income. That's the real play, passive income. I want to work my job, but I do want something coming in. So if I tell them, yeah, man, I can get you $600, $700 a month, they be like, word, like I take that. So that's how I've been getting all my partners, and that's how I scale the fleet. So most of the time I just throw a post up and I get flooded with DMs.
Sheesh.
But it's just up to me what I want to do, because sometimes, like I said, even though you can scale, which is great, more money, there's also more things I got to do.
Right.
So I'll be like, right now I'm chilling. Like I'm good with my 40. I don't really need to increase right now unless I want more money. But right now, money is good. So it's like I'm chilling. I just want to coast and enjoy my life, enjoy my time. Like my birthday this month, so
that's dope.
I'm going to Mexico next week. So I just want to kick my feet up a little bit and then get back to ground when maybe like November, December.
That's good.
So which cars pay you the most? Like, is it the luxury vehicles or the economy cars that really do? Like, which cars get rented out the most?
Definitely the economy. I did just start the luxury, like I said, like that was like last month. So I finally got a payout in this month, and it actually, the luxury did way better than the economy cars. But like I said, I just think that it goes out more often. Like the luxury, you gotta keep finding different people. It's just like more active. That's like, it makes more money. Like I could say that, but it's not as a consistent. So most of my rentals are long term. They had a car for months. So it comes,
might as well just call it yours at this
exactly.
point. Yeah.
But they paying you every day, every week for the car. So like that's truly like a passive. Like I can go fly where I want, travel where I want. I got my time freedom. But with the luxury, I gotta be more grounded. Like the people might get it for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody gotta go get that car, and it's either me or an employee of mine. Right. But that's still like something we have to do all the time. Whereas I said, most of all my cars are on long terms. Like all the economies are gone. So like I got nothing to do like during my day, because the cars are making money and I'm chilling.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, man. But the luxury, because you could charge more. So like I could charge $300 a day. I could charge $400 a day for that car. So 5 rentals, and I'm already at $2K. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
or even by the hour sometimes, like with photo shoots.
Yeah, people do that too. I haven't even get started in that one, but when I do, I'll probably get more money in that way too.
Yeah.
So it's just that you probably make more, but like I said, the consistency is with the long term rentals, was just a little bit more 100%. Like I'm chilling today because they got the car for months.
So I got 2 questions. Would you rather? No. All right. So first question is, I seen you made a post where you was like, I got 7 cars in 3 weeks. How you did that? Was that the JB play? Was that your own credit? Like
that was definitely JB play, bro. I'll tell you, I market so much. Like when I do that post, like don't post be getting so much traction in my DMs.
Yeah.
Like, so they be hype, and then like so somebody had like good credit, and most of the time, like if you don't want to use their credit for nothing, they be like, I don't care if it's on my personal. Like I'm not getting no house soon. I'm chilling. I just want money.
Right.
I know I can get you 8 cars in a day. You know what I'm saying? I can get as many cars as I want because they don't report until like 30 days. So you can run up. You know, like you ever heard people like can go to dealership every day and just you can really do that. But like obviously it'll tear your debt to income ratio up.
Yeah,
so I
that's
wouldn't
true.
tell nobody to do that. But like somebody want 3 or 4 cars. Oh yeah. So that day, I think I did like 4 and then 3. So I did 4 with somebody else that wanted a partner. And somebody else wanted 3 cars.
Oh wow, that's
And
crazy.
another week, I think I did 8 in a week, and that one came from like acquisitions. So this is my favorite part. So let's say you're in the car rental space, but you're doing bad. Like
you
you're
won't
not.
sell your cars. to get
Yeah,
rid
you
of
like,
them.
man, I'm not even covering my note. Like I'm not doing well. I'm on Turo. I'm underwater. Like I can't do this. Like because people don't realize when you have these loans, bro, that car note is coming regardless.
Yeah.
You feel me? So if you're not making that money, and you got to pay it out of pocket, like you could really be broke for real. If that's like if you live in paycheck to paycheck already, on
Right.
top of this car don't need 700, on top of the insurance, that's 850. Oh, this and you got let's say 3 or 4 cars, 850 times 4. You know what I'm saying? You looking at 4 or 5 racks.
Yeah.
But you ain't making that because you're not producing it on the asset side. You're not really getting the rentals out. So people like that could change the situation. Now you like the person they missing on their mortgage, they late payments, like now their credit starting to go down. Like if I continue this business, I'm going to lose my life. Like I'm gonna lose everything I built. Anybody take it if you know how to do it, take it for sure. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna cut your profit. You're gonna take that deal, and that's exactly
Right.
what I did twice.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I just did that and JV partner. So that's how I got 8. I took like 4 of somebody acquisition, and I did like 4 with somebody else. That's just like, hey man, I want to make some money.
See, that's smart. Especially when
smart.
you know how to get the bag too. You go to the
Yeah.
banks, you get the credit cards, 0% interest, 18 months, and then you rock out.
Yeah.
So that's dope. But now my second question was, all right, so now you got the car rentals going on where that's like weekly cash flow, daily cash flow, monthly cash flows. Are you in the real estate industry too?
I'm not in real estate, but like my wife is. She does like wholesale real estate.
Oh,
so
that's dope.
it allows
That's what's
me to
up.
put some money into that.
Yeah.
To grow that business. But I feel like people say like I heard like that question goes into like, what are you doing with all the money? Like, are you taking it to put it in real estate? Like, what are you doing? If that's what you was going with it, like the real estate.
I mean,
thing?
we could. I think that's a great question though. Where do you park the money like after you get the cash flow? Because like, I'm trying to like always have that cash flow coming in. Like, are you considering real estate or
I don't know,
something
man. I feel like
else? Bitcoin,
other than like
stocks?
wholesale real estate is cool because I feel like it's like a larger profit margin of like flipping money of like what I'm saying. Whereas like buying whole, I am not that happy about real estate from what I see. Like I've watched a lot of real estate gurus, and their buying whole thing is I don't know. It's a lot of debt they playing with. The burr like they buy flip like stuff those little methods. Like they refinance things. Like it's a lot of credit and money getting played with, tied with, and then sometimes deals don't fall through. Buying hold, you still like owe taxes on it. You still gotta renovate the property. It's just a lot of like, especially if you was working on 9 to 5, like that's a lot of attention like that. You gotta put to something like a passion project. I feel like so for me, I don't park my money in real estate. I do a lot of stocks and I do crypto, not as much as I did before, but I just play with a little crypto. But I also been I really been enjoying my money more because like for like 2020 2021 I was saving a lot. Like I was saving a lot. I was save so much I could start doing trading stocks now. I was doing option trading, but then I lost so bad, lost all my money. So I'm like, man, like I feel like everything is like a risk, and it's like I'm tired of just risking. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point it's just like I make so much money. I just want to enjoy it because like it's good. Like people always say, "Oh, make sure you stack and save," but it's like, yeah, you can stack and save. If I take $50,000 and throw it into let's say Bitcoin, and now that thing crashed like it did, I'd have lost $50K. Now I'm back at 10. So like I just lost $40K. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm sick. So what I'm saying like that $50K I could have did whatever. Like, I could at least enjoy the vacation. I could have spent it on myself and not just all on me, but just different things. Even just saved it in cash, like you know what I mean, instead of just losing it. So I feel like that's a little bit what I'm trying to do now. Is like maybe not parking in more investments. I still invest, I still save, but not as much. So I really take my money and hold it in cash, and I just kind of use it as my living. Like just really enjoy that money now.
So what you do for fun?
Yeah, I travel, man. I
Travel a
travel.
lot.
Travel, go to resorts. I go out to eat a lot. Like I go to the
Yeah.
finest restaurants. I get a lot of massages. I love to eat, so I think I'll be like at every restaurant, like every top tier restaurant in the A. I'll probably touch. Like even here, after here, I probably it's a spot. I hear a lot of rappers talk about like Brooklyn Chop House.
Oh yeah, I heard that spot.
Yeah.
That spot is lit.
Yeah, so
That's
I
lit.
probably want to go there. Like you know what I mean? Like that's what I do. Travel, eat. That definitely that takes a good amount of money. And everything else I kind of like save it, tuck
Yeah.
it, put in some stocks. I do like stocks. Stocks is good long term. I feel like I've seen a lot more of return. Not trading options and trading stocks, but just putting in stocks and holding. Like
You know
I
what I'm
just
saying,
dump a
right?
bunch of money in Meta, dump some money in Microsoft,
Right.
dump some money in Apple, and let it sit. I feel like that from what I've seen, even just based on a 5-year return, that's way more lucrative than anything I've seen. Other than like parking and real estate is cool, but like I said, I just don't like. It's not as like just parking it. You know, it's parking it
Yeah.
and actually putting more into it.
Yeah.
Like it's not just parking. I'm like, all right, cool. But stocks, you could park it and be like, all right, cool. Like that's why they always talk about like 401k, like you're a 9 to 5 worker. Like when you're 60, you're a millionaire because it's just been compounding the whole time.
Right.
But you could do the same thing at an individual account, like just brokerage account. You just put the money in and just let
Yeah.
it compound on its own. Like you don't have to have a 401k to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I do got another question. So being like, cause I know getting these cars, you're gonna get like a lot of inquiries and people might be afraid of their credit score dropping. Like, how do you get a lot of these cars, but like prevent your score from dropping badly, like on some, like really bad, like
I got
underwater, like you said underwater. So I'm thinking,
Yeah, I mean, I say that because they like people like they have these loans, but they can't pay them. But like usually, I have a relationship with the Honda dealership. I like Hondas, but I also have a relationship with the Toyota guy. You only get one inquiry because first of all, I do credit. So before you even go to the dealership,
you get it off
we
there.
fix you
Yeah.
up already. And we made sure that your credit is A1 before we go there. So they're only going to pull it one time because they're going to pull from Honda Financial. They're going to pull from Toyota Financial. So they're not shotgunning to figuring out where we can get a loan approved for. Oh, yeah, we got a 700, no negative items. You're getting approved. Like, you know what I'm saying? In fact, oh, you want another car? You make the income? Approved. Like, you're getting approved. So the difference is I know the credit profile that they want to see. If you come to me with a 580 collection, I'm not even going to take you to them because that's when they're going to shotgun you to 20 inquiries.
Yeah.
Let me fix you up first. Let me give you a long-term game plan. You come to me, I fix your credit. About 6 months, everything is straight. You build it up with the credit profile, 10 primary trade lines. We fix all your negative items, and you have a strong 700 credit profile. I bet. Let's go get 2 cars. Oh, you want 4? Let's go get 4 cars. That's what I do. I don't let nobody. If you got good credit, I'll take you to the dealership and I'll get the car for you. If you ain't got a good credit, I know what they're gonna do. Like you said, they're gonna shotgun your credit.
Right.
So I'm gonna waste my time with it.
How has living in Atlanta like been for you, bro? Because like I'm really considering moving out there, and like because I know like out here in New York, like it's not as, how can I put
Motion.
it? Yeah, it don't. It ain't that much motion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like connections is not that easy. People is low like to themselves. Like how has Atlanta like changing your environment? How is that 10x your life personally? Like,
I think it really 10x
as far
my
as
life. I
relationships
feel like up
and
north and
everything.
just north from what I realized is a lot of gatekeeping. Like they hold the information, they don't want to share it. They're like, nah, you gotta get on your own, B. Like a lot of that. Like I'm from Jersey City, so it's like New York right there. Like it's the same type of mindset, just everybody out for themselves. But in the South, they'll give it to you, like for real, like give it to you. I even noticed that even in corporate, like cause like universities. I went to HBCU, and a lot of the HBCUs down south, like they all like get jobs at like all the nice firms, but it's like they just put you on. Like you don't even gotta work that hard. Up north, it's like you gotta know somebody, you gotta be the best, you gotta work hard. Like then you'll get the job. But down south, oh yeah, you just know this person, you got the job. Oh, your uncle did it, you got the job. It's like. And now I see why, because like down south, they're like, oh yeah, you here, boom, just being in the right place, boom, 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 you get this, boom, 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 you get this. Oh, you go to all the little mastermind events. Oh, you gonna get this.
Yeah, they got a
sauce.
lot of masterminds.
Yeah,
too.
it's like all the entrepreneurs is down there. So like the high level ones. So it's like just being around you'll get some money. Like and I really feel like they'll drop the game. Like before, I was running with Pushman Mitch, and this was just on some just running. Like, but he'll give us game every day because we were doing it every day like 5 a.m. But we running, he'll just drop us game. It wasn't even paid. We were just hanging out. That's what I'm saying. Like just from hanging out, but they be out there to hang out where you can just pick their brain and you can choose if you want to pay them or not. Like, hey, you want to pay for this $5,000 mastermind, you can come here, or you can just be around and get some sauce.
Right.
I think whereas in Jersey, like it's hard to find people that are doing entrepreneurship that's willing and sharing it. And I think that's the difference. Whereas in like, you know where all the entrepreneurs are gonna be at. Like him finding and drop an event, you gonna go.
Yeah.
Neo drops an event, you gonna go. It's all in the land.
Word.
Alex Good Energy drop an event, you gonna go, and it's gonna be all the entrepreneurs out. Now, if you don't live in Atlanta, you gotta book a flight,
Gotta
you
travel,
do this, you gotta
hotel.
hotel. You know what I'm saying there, I just where's that tonight? Boom. Every weekend, it's something. Every weekend is some type of entrepreneur event. A night, even a workout. Hey, y'all want to come work out?
Oh yeah, even the gyms
That's
too.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Like
the gyms. I go to
environment.
Lifetime, Buckhead. It's just they just in there. So if I want to go see my favorite entrepreneur, I just walk up to him in the gym.
Yeah.
So like I said,
Ain't
they
nothing
just
crazy.
there. Like I don't know where the heck you gonna be at in New York. You could be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna even post it because you're like, I don't want people to know where I'm at.
That's a
You know
fact.
what I'm saying? Whereas
I ain't posted no addies.
I ain't posting no addies.
No.
Whereas ATL, like, you know, they don't care. Like, yeah, this is where we at today. Hey, pull up.
Yeah.
So it's just being in the right environment. It's helped me extremely. Obviously, if you're up here, yeah, you don't get that love. I can say that because I'm from here. Like you don't get that love. You don't get that support. So entrepreneur up here, you on your own. And if you can bump into the conferences, you can bump into them. Then you'll get some game. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll hear a podcast or something. Then you get some game. But like to get natural, like everyday game, nah. So I think that's the biggest competitive environment I got. Like I'm down there with all the heavy hitters. Like they, even if like they don't know you, they gonna see you in the time, and it's kind of like, oh,
Yeah,
like I know that
exactly.
little bro.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna show love,
Yeah.
and it's real. So I think that's a big difference. That's a game changer. I think will help me out with entrepreneurship. I don't think I'll be so strong in it if I didn't have the ATL connection. Like, 'cause I feel like when it's tough, when times get tough, they around, they for you, they there, they going through it. Out here, you might be on your own. Now you
Yeah,
calling
it's hard.
ATL to try to get some love, and they like, you know what I'm saying? It might be a little different if you're not there,
That's true.
because you don't know who to call.
Yep.
Right. Because even when, like, every time I go out there, it's always something to do. You know what I mean?
Always.
Like the last time I was there, I actually we went to Marvin Mitchell's spot. He had big ass mansion, pool party right after Invest Fest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just open arms like to his house. Like this is his
Right.
crib,
This is
you know?
real crib.
Like this is real house. So it's like people just come in, have a good time. You know, you kick it, you leave, you get connections, and then you do your thing. So that's why I'm definitely considering moving out there. Like, you know,
I think it's definitely a way.
ASAP,
You're
like,
gonna win.
yeah.
You already
Jeez.
got motion where you at. Imagine if you take the motion and increase it by being around the right people that's gonna
Exactly.
push your product, that can market your stuff, that just throw you alley-oops, bro. Sometimes you get thrown money just like, oh, he do credit, cool, here, take this. He do
podcasts or
cars,
something.
cool. Oh, you do
Yeah.
podcasts? Hey, yo, I got 5 people that want to do podcasts right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's like you don't even have to do nothing.
Jeez.
You just tell them what you do, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy. Because like even in the land, like I said, it's like sometimes a facade of where people think it's so many people, but it's really not. It's really small.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
think so.
really small. It's like it just look like because it's everything's down there, like all the events, but like a lot of people be flying in. Like a lot of people don't live there, but the people that live there, it's like everybody kind of do their own thing. Like this person's good at that. This person's good
Right.
at that. So like, oh, you come down there. Oh, you a fresh podcast? Oh yeah, here. Nobody tripping. All the top podcasts,
we need to go
they
out
already
there.
got money right there. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
saying they already doing what they doing. They ain't gonna care about your competition. Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York really got to step it up. I feel like out here, everybody's kind of like you say, gatekeeping, and then it's hard to find like-minded people. So it's
On
like,
top of that,
even the weekend we spent in Atlanta, we built so much connections and networks, and still till today, we still got people from Atlanta liking our posts, still showing support.
Yes,
more than the
yes.
people we know out here in New York. So it's like, damn. So like, what do you got for anybody who's like stuck in their environment? They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave their city, just because like they're just so stuck into like the friends and just they grew up in one city, so that's all they know.
and it's tough. Like that's a great question, but like luckily for me, I dormed in college, so I kind of got away, and I had to go. So like
Right.
that also helped built me for like moving away and being away from the town. 'Cause I know it's hard when you're in an environment, especially if you're like 20 plus years old and you've been here and all your friends is here. It's hard to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna just jump and go. But the best way to do something is just jump and go. Sometimes is the unknown. Like 'cause it's like, how you ever gonna pop if y'all all just staying in the same area? Like y'all all not doing nothing. Like if y'all all have motion, cool, but y'all all don't. So it's like, how long y'all just gonna stay together and not be successful? And if your friend not being in the same situation you trying to go, it's like, alright, bro, you love me, you respect me, then you gotta understand I need to do something. You can come with me though. I invite you. Hey, bro, we can do this together. Most time people don't want to do that. They got a lot of things holding them back.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I can't go with you, or I don't want to go, or now I'm scared. Like, hey, bro, we could just get this 2-bedroom and split the rent. Like, there's a lot of ways you can cut it and be like, hey, let's just do it. Let's figure it out. But at the end of the day, people just don't want to do it because they just want to stick to what they know. So it's kind of, you gotta just like, man, F it, I'm gonna go out there and just I'm gonna make something because being here ain't nothing, bro. We all know what's out here. Like, we all know what to look like out here. I don't even see that many successful entrepreneurs out here. If they is successful, they probably a different color. Like, at this point, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they own everything. They, like, we don't own nothing up here. Like, it's expensive up here. Like, even the limit to play up here is hard. Like you look at like downtown Jersey City, Manhattan. Like, you think you about to play with that type of money? Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
That
that's
is
your
true.
competition up there.
Yeah.
Like, they got money. Like, you know what I'm saying? New York got money. Like, that's hard to compete with. That's why you got to go down to the A, and you know it's not as expensive. Like, so your barrier to entry is low.
Okay. And then, all right, like 1 or 2 more questions on the rental, and then like advice basically, like, to the younger people.
Got you.
So like one of the questions is, where do you store your cars and how much does that cost? Like, to like, say for example, you're not renting it. I mean, not renting, it's not being rented at the moment.
It's just sitting.
Yeah, where do you keep all of those cars? Cause you got like 40 cars, and you know, it costs for sure.
I got you. So it's a play, right? So I'm at a high rise, and there's 8 floors of parking, and they don't charge us for parking in the residence. So technically, it's free for me.
Yeah.
The good thing is I never have a car to sit. Like, even right now to this day, I have no cars to rent out right now. They all gone on long-term rentals.
Right.
So that's your real play. Make sure your cars are gone so you don't have to do it. But luckily for me, I don't pay for parking because I have 8 floors of garage, and they don't care. They don't check. They don't care. And a lot of high rises are like that in Atlanta. Like, they don't care because, like, it's just all you need is like a gate access, and any car can go there. So that's kind of like, I would say, like, to anybody, like, you know, you want to stay in a high rise or something like that, and you know, they don't really pay for parking. I mean, you pay for parking and you're like rent. You don't pay for parking per car. Like, all right, I'm sitting in. So that's a key hack for me. I don't know if, like, that's, you know, somebody can just be like, all right, I'm gonna do that because maybe you're going at a complex that doesn't have the same perks. So but I know a lot of people that they do a garage thing too, like they could pay for space at the airport. People do that.
Wait, pay for the airport parking?
Yeah, so like
That joint is expensive.
No, they have
usually.
like, so it's like we have other like car rental people that have like a lot, like a specific lot.
Oh,
So I'm saying basically pay them.
Okay.
So like the company, like the private car rental company, like,
Right,
hey bro, how much it costs for me to park my cars here while it's there? Like, you can negotiate with them. I know some people that do that. But yeah, a lot of people that I know that started, they got high rises and they just park them in the high rises.
Oh,
I feel like that's
the hack right there.
That's what everybody be doing. That's high level.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. Any funny questions, bro?
Yeah, so I just wanted to just ask, like, is there like a month where you know, like, hey, I'm probably gonna make a lot of money this month, like in the whole year, like seasonal, whether it's spring, winter, or whatever. Like, do you have those type of months? Because I know the income is coming in, but is it like one specific month every year is always like super high?
Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna break it back. The car rental game, the economy is the money. It ain't no peak season. It's always season because those cars are always getting rented out. Always, every spring, summer, fall, winter, they always somebody need an economy car. You know how many times people just need a car, their car break down, and especially in Atlanta, like, body shops take forever to fix your car. So now you 3-4 weeks out of a car in Atlanta. This ain't New York. You ain't got no buses, no trains. You can't get to work. That's a problem, like big problem. So you have to come rent from me.
That part.
And then Enterprise, Hertz, they ain't got no more cars.
Right.
Like, I had somebody they was at the airport, and they said it was the hour line was 6 hours. It was that long at the airport, and she reserved her car, and she had to wait 6 hours to get a car. She called me like, "Hey, can I get a car from you?" Because, like, it was too long. It was like, bro, like, that's ridiculous.
Right.
On top of, they don't even be having cars. So, like, my competitive advantage is crazy. But yeah, bro, it's no peaks. Every car makes money. Rain, sleet, hail, snow. We don't even get snow like that. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I'm about to say, I get snow, everything shut down.
yeah, it's a fact. But I'm saying it's no, like, it's money. The same month I make money is just make sure all my cars are out on the road, not hit The only time I lose money is when a car is hit and I have to get it fixed. But if it's like out ready to rent, I always make money. I think that's another reason why people want to tap.
So like the whole 3 years you've been doing this, what's like the biggest month you could say like, damn, like I really made this month? Like
I'm gonna say last month, because that's when I all my cars is here. Like, you know what I mean? Like every month, like I started at 4 cars this time last year. So I just got to 40 like this.
Wait, so you
month.
said last year,
like 2022, right?
So around this time
I
you
had 4.
So
damn.
and within that 12-month span, you went from 4 to 40.
Correct.
God
So
damn.
I was, I'm about to getting them 8 clips, 4
Yeah.
clips, 8 clips. They add up. So a couple of those. So I said last month was my highest month at $40,000. Probably a little more. It's probably like closer to 50. But like, the way I break it up, because I take Cash App, Apple Pay, so it might be 40,000 on Cash App, but it also might be 10,000 on Apple Pay. It's just so much.
Yeah.
But so like a 50K month in revenue.
Damn.
Because each car gross is like between 2,100 to 2,700 to 3,000. That's economy
a month.
a month
That's more than somebody's rent.
for sure, right? And the luxury thing brought in like 4,000, and that was just me trying to figure out brought in 4,000. So now once I got a system, that's gonna bring in more. But yeah, that was a luxury just figuring out 4,000. But imagine 2,700 or 21 to $2,700 40 times. Like that, just do the math on that. Like that's a lot of money, a lot of money coming in. So that's last month was I had all my cars, and I only had like 1 or 2 cars maybe down, and I was like halfway. But it's
Wow.
But this month, October, might be my best month because I don't have no cars down right now.
Oh wow.
So
That's
I'm
good.
looking forward to October. It's my birthday month anyway.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna be spending
How old are you
it anyway.
turning though?
27.
27?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Imagine when I get to 27 years old.
How old are you now?
23.
Yeah, you got time.
Yeah.
I started at 24,
You started at 24.
like entrepreneurship.
Damn.
But you got the game now, so I mean, you should
Yeah,
be straight
it's
now.
like every time when you talk to somebody, like when I talk to somebody, it's like, yo, listen, you at a space where I wish I had this information at your age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'm like, shit, I wish I had this when I was 16, bro. Like,
imagine.
like I wish I was in the room that early, but
But I think what happens is 2020, bro. Like nobody was dropping so until the pandemic. Let's be honest. Like people would not talk about how they made money. They made money. They was on a hush for making their money. Nobody was talking about it. They wasn't giving you how. They might say, this is what I do," but they're not giving you, here, this is the commercial insurance. Hey, this is the Airbnb I use. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
2020 was like the education phase. Like everybody's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm the best teacher." So they was just throwing game out there. Hey man, give me $3,000. I'll tell you everything. People wasn't doing that before. It was no courses. It was no mentorships. So like,
you gotta figure it out.
yeah, nobody. So but now 2020, everybody past 2020, like in this age, if you broke and you want to stay broke and you don't want to change your mindset, it's up to you because the information is out there. Now, execution and hustle is a different situation. You got to execute, you got to hustle once you get the information.
Right.
But that's a lot of people lack. They don't want it as bad as they say they do.
So do you teach people this information?
Absolutely. Yeah, I teach the private rental game. I teach credit repair mentorship. I have all that.
Okay.
Because I kind of talked a little bit about earlier. I don't want to just keep getting more cars, like just doing my work and making money. Like I kind of want to teach now. I want to start getting the education space. So I have a course, I have a mentorship, all just to teach y'all the game, so I can just put my feet up and just teach. Man, sometimes it's funner to teach because like I could always run the bag up myself, but like when somebody has a testimonial, like I made somebody she's one of my partners text me like I made 9,000 to 11,000 in the past few months. Like, thank you so much
Wow.
for teaching me. I'm like, wow, like that's life changing.
Sheesh.
She like, now me and my kids don't gotta worry about how to feed ourselves no more. Like we making
Right.
money now. I'm like, wow, that's dope. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? You never know the impact. Like, she texted me out the blue. She ain't buy my course. She just tapped in with me early and she's my partner. So I got one of her cars and I ran out for her. But I just been cutting her so much checks. She was like, wow, like, and I told her the
Yeah.
sauce too. That she paid for my mentorship too. And then I was still partnering with her with a couple cars. So she like,
Wow.
wow, like this car rental game really did change my life. I'm like, yeah, like it really would. Like think about it. Like
Yeah.
3-4 cars, you can be good.
And you said, damn.
Yeah, 3-4 cars.
So how can the people tap in with your mentorship? Like, what's the instructions? What's the steps? Is there any like discount because they here? You know,
yeah, man,
anything
go
like
out, put
that?
a motion discount, man. DM the
I
word
bet.
motion.
Okay.
Get $500 off. My it's maybe in my link in my bio.
Okay.
So that's what you can do. Click the link in my bio at KD Consultant _. Click the link in my bio. I have a promo code called Motion, and they'll get $500 off the price.
I like that.
Y'all better tap in, because y'all even heard him telling you like the entry into the game is changing. So if you want to stay up to date and make this cash flow every month, you got to tap in.
You got to tap in, and that's the key thing about any of these businesses. Everything's changing. Like insurance changes every month. They be like, hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to make sure that your agreement says this. Hey, actually, we might not do 2 cars anymore. You might need 5 cars. Like, the more y'all wait on the execute on information, the more things are going to change. They ain't gonna be like, dang, I thought it was this, but now it's this. Like before, people can get 4 cars in the BOA, maybe no docs. Now, we need docs. We in 2023, late October. We got finesse too much. The bank's like, nah, we not running this play no more. Y'all need docs. I don't care how long you've been in the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so y'all gotta execute and learn the information faster. So by the time y'all run it, it's still the same info. And y'all can get grandfathered in of whatever the situation going on. Because most companies, once you lock in something, like, once you jump into a price like 180, they'll lock you in that price. But if you start later on in the year or next year, you might jump their price to $500. You might be, dang, I can't afford that no more.
It's called opportunity cost.
Exactly.
That's what they call that.
So last question, just for the viewers. How could somebody get like their first car this month? Like they watching this video and they're like, yo, I got to take, like, yeah, they're going to get the mentorship, but like, the free game part, like I want to get my first car before I start scaling. Like what do you got for them? What
I got you. So I'm gonna give them 2 ways to run the play. Either I have a car right now, or I gotta go get a car. So I'm gonna say if I have a car, I'm gonna throw it on a Turo. I'm gonna throw it on hire cars. Even another platform called Get Around. I'm gonna test the waters out there. See how I like the business. I want to see if it's worth it. Oh man, maybe I don't like people in my car. I don't like people. They made a dent. Cause this is gonna happen for sure. Yeah. They're not gonna treat it how you treat it. So maybe that's just turn you off. Maybe you don't like the business, or you might get turned on. Like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. I just made $500 in a weekend. Like that's cool. Like I never made that before in my life. And I still work my job. You know what I'm saying? That's a key thing. Like once you rent a car out, they got the car for 24 hours. On the flip side of that, if I'm like, you know what, I don't have a car, or I really want to just have my personal car for me because I want to use it. I don't want to get messed up. I would just, if I got good credit, I can go to any dealership and get you a second car. That's usually, especially if you make anything more than 60,000, you could probably get you 2 cars on your personal name. However, if you don't have good credit, I would say tap in with a credit specialist like myself or Future right here, like whoever you want to go work with, and then get your credit fixed. Then go get you a car, because definitely need good credit to get a car. Like you could get a car with bad credit. It's not impossible. But they're gonna smack you with interest rate like that. That Corolla gonna cost you $900 a month, and that's a lot of overhead to start a business, on top of the insurance, on top of the risk. Like, you know what I mean. So it's either 2 ways, man. If you got good credit, you're in the game. But if you don't got good credit, make sure you get your credit fixed. Pay somebody to get your credit fixed so you can get it done faster. Don't do it yourself. I feel like you should get somebody to do it for you.
Yeah.
And then once that's clean, then go to the dealership.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Heard that. Definitely get your credit fixed. We got the credit repair specialist right here, so y'all got to tap in with either one of them, and definitely get them cars and start this cash flow.
Right. And one thing, make sure you get a Gold Star tracker. It has a kill switch, so never rent your car without a Gold Star tracker, because people do steal. It's happening. It's going to happen. People are in a bad predicament. You want to make sure you can go retrieve your asset, because people are like, oh, if they steal it, you can get a total loss. You could, but like, that's still, you lost the asset and you got to wait. And sometimes if the insurance take long to cut the check, you might be paying a car note for 3 months before they even cut you your checks. And now you're in 3 months of a loss. So I'd rather go get the vehicle than report it stolen and wait for that total loss claim.
Right.
So make sure that y'all have a Gold Star tracker with a kill switch.
Gold Star tracker and a kill switch.
No, Gold Star tracker GPS is the kill switch. So it's a tracker. You can actually see where it's going, but it's an app where you can cut the car off once they stop and you can go get your car.
Okay.
That's mandatory. Like before you even start your business, for sure.
And final question before we close out. What's one word of advice that you give to somebody that's working a 9-to-5 right now? They got the hopes and dreams of becoming an entrepreneur, or they're already in the field, but they, quite haven't figured it out yet. What advice would you give them, to close out, basically?
Got you, man. First of all, get my ebook. Click the link in my bio for Keep It Close to Cash Flow, because I definitely lay out on a line of how I did it from my 9-to-5, the mindset, what I had to do. Because, like jobs sometimes, they don't like you doing other businesses, so you kind of have to position yourself where you can run your business without affecting your 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So that's very important. And just making sure that you have the bandwidth. Like, you're gonna have to work hard, especially when you're working a 9 to 5. I know you're gonna be tired. I know you're not gonna want to work hard after your job, but that's what you have to do to get ahead, or you're forever gonna be a slave to that job. Because if you're a slave to that job, that means they can fire you and you're gonna be broke, and then now your life changed. But now, like, I quit my job 2 months ago now, actually. I knew that I was making so much money that it didn't matter. Like, I didn't need the paycheck no more. It was actually like in a way of me enjoying my time freedom. So that's why I knew I can quit. But only way I was able to do that is because I worked hard on the side of my 9 to 5 to put me in a position where I can actually go and do that. And that's the key thing, man. Just make sure that you work hard. Anybody that's doing a 9 to 5 outside your job, that is the key. Between 6 to midnight, that's the time where you kind of building your life for yourself on your own. And that's what you need to do, because regardless of what you do with other business, wherever business you decide to go into, the most important thing is having something of your own. And once you have something on your own and it's built up, and then you can automate it, that's where you get a mentor, learn how to automate the business where you don't have to work in it so hard. Then you're good and gold. Now you could choose if you want to work both 9 to 5, or you can just quit. So that's the key, man. Making sure that you work hard and starting the business the real hard after work hours, and then until you can finally have the option to work if you want to.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, I think that was great. So definitely, if y'all want to tap in with the mentorship,
Sir.
just text, DM us Motion, or comment on the video, and we'll get y'all the discount code to just head straight into the mentorship.
Yes, sir.
And get running.
And the link gonna be there too, right? You got
Yep.
a link, special
Yep,
link?
a special link. I'm gonna send it to the team right here. Make sure they have that link so you can just click it and just go straight into it. Hey, man, I really appreciate having me here. Feel
Thank
good to
you.
be
It was
in
great
Brooklyn.
having you. Bro.
Absolutely.
Great
I
having
wanted to say thank you too. I'm like, shit, he went into it. I'm like, nah. Thank you for coming through, bro. Definitely. You're doing great things, especially looking at your page. Looking at you, at your age, I'm like, shit, hearing the advice from now, you never know where it's gonna lead to. I'm actually here thinking on this couch. I'm like, shit, how fast can I get to Atlanta right now? That's what I'm thinking in my head,
bro.
So
From 4 to 40 last year, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I wasn't even scoreboard watching when it was happening. And my wife was like, yo, you know how many cars you got? I was like, yo,
yeah,
I got cars.
that's
I
good.
got the cars.
That's
It was
definitely
lit.
motion and success.
For sure.
Word. All right, y'all. So we're going to end it off right here. Definitely tap in. This is another episode with Motion and Success. Again, follow us on Motion and Success. Instagram, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I forget to say that, but like, comment, and subscribe. Your Instagram, bro?
Iyodeji, IYODEJI.
All right. And mine is future_the CEO.
And mine is at KD Consultant, KDCONSULTING_. Let's go.
All right, bet. See you tap into the next episode, y'all.
Tap in, y'all.